Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans. So, you're sitting there, lurking, waiting. No. Actually, you rolled a 16 on your perception check. You couldn't really get a good look at the clothes from here. Just the way that she was standing and the stuff, the scenery around you, was just couldn't get a good angle. Whatever she was pulling off the line, she's already packed up and heads back inside. It's quite late. Oh
Not
shit!
like
I
there's going to
forgot
be
to
little
unmute you.
tykes
I
in
am
the
so
back.
sorry, Rob. I misclicked when I hit the unmute button for you. You've been muted this whole time.
Oh, okay.
My apologies. I'm a terrible person. So I think
Everybody got to practice their lip reading.
yeah. So
Okay.
Rob asked if there were any baby clothes or anything like that. He couldn't tell, and now you are walking around the house, kind of up and then down, and then one alley, then another alley, over time, right? Trying to inspect everything.
Yeah, and basically, I'm just looking for any little clues, like if there's anything that might indicate a kid, um, like
Hmm.
a swing rigged up in a tree. It's not like there's going to be little tyke stuff, in the backyard or something, but there might be little holes that have been dug or by like a kid, or I'm just looking to any more little clues or anything that I can tell about her
You
situation.
don't see anything that leads you to believe that there would be children there. Um, the house is pretty tidy from what you can see because it's dark now, so it's equally dark inside and out, and you can, well, it's a little darker inside, um, but you can still see in through the windows that are left open, letting the cool night air blow through. And the house looks very well put together, kind of tidy. Looks like it's got three rooms, a kitchen, a dining room, or like a common room, and a bedroom. Um, Seems very simple, very
All right.
quaint. Construction looks kind of modern.
All right. So I'm guessing at this point it's a little bit late and he's, he Lord Axel isn't going to show up. Um, so I'm going to head back, get a good night's sleep, and I'm going to set to work here. Let's see. So I've made the one dress. I still need to make an outfit for the Lord and a ball gown for the lady. And I need to make a from like normal peasant cloth an outfit for the first maid.
Hmm.
So I've got to work for a while on all
Yeah, it's
this.
going to take you a couple of days to put everything together.
That's what I figure. And I'll leave a message with Desmond for Diana
Hmm.
that I've solved everything and she'll have all the answers she needs in a couple of days. And then I can talk to her about what she might want to do about this because I've got a solution for her.
I bet you do. Okay, you leave this message and you go to work tailoring away.
Yes.
Did you give me a tailor check for the invention, the design of the other two dresses as well?
Um, yeah, so I've got two dresses and then a male outfit.
Right.
So let's do the ladies' dress.
The servant's dress here.
So let's see. So that's plus. It was 15, right? Because it was
Yeah,
-2. Okay.
-1.
So the ladies' dress. It's ruined. I'll have to do that one over again.
Well, I mean, a one, you think it's a masterpiece, but there's some fatal flaw that you have not quite thought about and will not reveal itself until she tries it on.
All right. And then for the servant's dress,
Or the man's dress,
well, I
the
was going to do
lord's
the two
suit.
dresses and then do the
Didn't you
lord's.
already do the one? Didn't you get like a 37 on the first one or something?
That's for something different. You'll see. There's a plan
There's
here.
two ladies' dresses?
Yes, there's the
Oh.
fancy peasant dress. There's
Hmm.
there's the dress for the lady, the ball gown for the lady, which I blew it on, and then the
Oh.
dress that I promised the
I, f-
maid
I forgot about the ball
is
gown.
amazing.
Yeah. Forgot about the ball gown.
All right, so an amazing dress for the maid,
Hmm.
and for the lord,
Something.
competent.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna have to redo for. Well, I mean, obviously, they're gonna have to try it on, and I'll find, and there'll be a chance for me to see the mistake and hopefully fix it.
Yeah. We'll see when we
I mean, we're
get
not
there.
putting these in the rack. I mean, a tailor, has
There's a
it.
fitting and everything, and yeah.
Yeah, I'll be able to see and hopefully fix it. All right,
Hmm.
so a couple of days to get this all done.
Sure. And then there's fabric costs as well.
Yes,
You have the
so
silk for the peasant dress. You don't have the fabric for anything else.
yeah, so I'm gonna have to get. Well, I'm guessing for the the dress I'm making for the maid,
Hmm.
the materials are probably pretty cheap since they're like just actual poor person materials.
Yeah, so you can pay 5 gold for the materials for that instead of 20.
Oh, well, that's a pretty expensive peasant dress.
But I mean, isn't silk like 4 times the cost of normal cloth?
No, I would think it would be a lot more. I
A
mean,
lot more?
a dress. Well, I mean, given
Hmm.
like what a peasant makes like on average a silver a day.
Yeah, but I mean, how many dresses do they buy a year? They probably have like 2 that they wear for 10 years, right?
Okay, all right, so five. So
Everything's got to
let's
be
see.
like woven by hand. There's no automated machines. I don't know.
All right, so I'll see if I can bargain with the supplier. Explain. I'll show him the fancy peasant dress and two dresses to show off my skills, so he knows that I'm like actually a
Hmm.
skilled person here. And I'll explain I need to buy some more silk to finish two outfits for nobles, and I can put down 20 gold for them now, which I know is not enough for them. And once I deliver these, then I can pay the rest.
He asks if you have any collateral.
I go,
You got a horse? I'll take a
I
horse in
do have a
collateral.
horse. I do have a horse. And also the word of Desmond can vouch for me. I can
No,
always
no, no.
found at Shenanigans.
Yeah, we're not taking any more of those Desmond vows. Apparently, his word on
I
which
have
adventurers
a
are good for their
very
money.
fine cart.
We'll take the horse and the cart.
All right, and I will be able to return and take care of the rest very soon.
Good. You can get all the materials you need. It's going to be what 20 for 30 for the other dress because it's a little bit fancier. Probably 15 for the guy's clothes, and then 5. So 20 and 30 is 55 gold in
And
costs.
I already spent 20 on the first thing of blue silk, which I used for the peasant, the
Right.
fancy.
This would be for the because you made 3 new articles.
I made four total.
4 total. Yeah. So you've already paid 20 for the first one, and then it's 55 for the other 3 together.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. You make your clothes. It takes you many days, but eventually it is done.
All right. And then I will show up back at the Lord's Manor with
Hmm.
all of this in tow.
Okay.
Back in Coronado
Uh,
garb.
unfortunately, you have to walk there. It's a
Yes, but it's only a
travesty.
mile outside of town.
Hmm. You show up at the gates. The guards let you in, remembering you from before, and you come into the house.
All right. I again walk in with, just trying to, have the whole designer, in here, although, be still being respectful to the Lord and Lady because I know where things are buttered. And I'll go when this was, can you let the Lady Jezebel know that Coronado has arrived? Is she available?
I will see, sir. Please wait in the parlor.
Yes, yes.
This is Jeeves, the head butler who you got sloshed with.
Ah, crap.
You can't tell if he remembers you or not. He might just be super professional, or maybe he's was just blackout drunk. Who knows?
Let's hope.
I should make a roll to find out. Interesting. Okay,
All right, so I wait.
you wait. Eventually, Lady Jezebel arrives. Lord Axel is nowhere to be seen yet, but she shows up and says, "Ah, Mr. Vasquez, is it time for the
Yes, we need
fittings?"
to do final fittings. We need
Excellent.
to make it perfect for you.
Of course, of course. I've been dying to see this. Simply,
Yes, I think there'll be much to intrigue you.
simply anxious to hear how things are going.
Is there somewhere private we can do the final fitting?
Of course. Why don't we fit it in my room?
Yes, yes, yes. All
Uh,
right, so
the two of you head upstairs. Lord
yes.
Axel says that he will wait outside because he wants to see how it looks.
All right.
And which dress are you trying to fit on her first?
So I go, all right, so a few things here.
Shh.
First, we do need to, as part of the cover, do need to check out how this dress is working on you. I might need to make some corrections, and so
Which
I'll
one are you trying on her? The
the
fancy
first
one?
the ball, yeah, the fancy one, the ball
Okay.
gown. Do we find the mistakes at this point?
Yes, the mistakes are glaringly obvious.
All right, so I will have to. I had to rush on this, but you're going to love the other one. And so I make note of all the things I worked. Does it look like I'll be able to fix this?
It looks like you're probably going to have to scrap what you have and start over again.
All
There
right.
was just in your mind when you were imagining her measurements, you imagined them a little bit too small when you were imagining this dress. You had like this image of a sleek woman, and this woman's actually, her butt's a little bit bigger, her hips are a little bit wider. You had just kind of like you had the measurements, but you were doing it off the cuff because the other one you had in your mind so well, and you
I was
started.
inspired.
You were so inspired, you just you know, you overlooked some things, and there's now too little fabric to work with.
All right. So I will have to get some more for there. Um, so I will get this fixed for you. And now, as far as for the other matters here, um, I have information for you, and I have something you could do about it. So it turns out that I think your husband is looking for something a little bit different than the life he has. I don't know that he has this so much that he dislikes this life, is that he wants something a little spice added to it. And I will tell her that I think, for example, and I tell her about her underwear was, hidden under the drawer
Hmm.
in the room. That seems to me like he still desires you. He still was keeping this for you. He wasn't giving it to this woman at all, I don't believe.
But there is another
So this
woman.
seems, yes, there is another woman. So I will tell you, he's been stepping out to a peasant's bar. That's why I said I think he's got
A
something.
peasant? He's been
Yes, he's
with
been disguising
peasants?
himself as a peasant and going to this bar.
Oh my
I
god.
think I think he's yearning for something a little bit different. And how long have the two of you been married?
7 years?
Yes, there's something of a itch that can sometimes develop at that stage of a marriage. And it doesn't mean the marriage is over. I think it's something in him was looking for something different. And I think if you choose, you can also be that different thing for him. They said there is a peasant woman, and
Do you know who?
I do, but I don't think the issue is her so much as I think it could have been anyone. She doesn't know who he is. As far as she's aware, she's simply having a fling with a gentleman from a foreign country for a foreign land. She doesn't
At least
know that
he's
you
not being
exist.
stupid.
So at this point, I pull out the really nice, wonderful peasant dress that I made with a 32. Now, I was thinking
Uh,
sometimes when this itch occurs, things can be spiced up, things can be recalibrated a bit, as if you will. And I thought perhaps you could be the something different for him.
and what if I put this on and he rejects it?
Well, I think a few things here. If you put that on, first, this is an amazing dress. I can't imagine he could possibly reject you in this. It also, it's not just the dress, it's appealing to this little fetish that he has that you will be the one who can supply for him. And as I said, he's been keeping your panties. I don't think he's not in love with you. He was just feeling this little fetish, this little
I don't really
desire,
mind if
trying
he's
to
not in
find
love with
outwards.
me. As I said, an arranged marriage, we have one of convenience. I've never really loved him. I doubt he's ever really loved me.
Ah,
The problem is
well,
more,
well, what I
it
was thinking
would
is
not
the
do.
dress might also, because I did model it somewhat on the clothing of this other woman, that it
She,
might also send something of a subtle message to him that perhaps you know what's going on, which might subtly, without having to actually say anything, urge his discretion.
you are very clever. You
Yes,
would do
I
well
thought
at
this might be.
court, I believe.
Well, I aim to please here.
Hmm. Okay, put it on me, and we'll see what he thinks of it.
Yes. Well, I thought this. Well, figured this one you might save for an intimate moment, perhaps a little surprise tonight, perhaps,
No, we
rather
shall
than right
see here and now how good you of a craftsman you are.
as you wish. And so I'll. I mean, I think personally it should be a little surprise for tonight, but if that's what she wants to do,
That's what she
we
wants to
will.
do. She
Then I'll
insists
help
on
her
it now.
get it on.
You try it on. It clearly needs it needs to be taken in a bit here, let out a little bit here. There's some adjustments to be made, but it fits pretty well. You you did roll like a 30 million on it or whatever. Um, she gets dressed and signals for you to go open the door and let in her husband.
Okay. And I will, once he comes in, I will step out and let them converse privately.
Okay, you step out.
Although, if I happen to overhear, does it seem like I'll be
Well,
able to overhear?
so you open the door, let him walk in. Before you can close the door behind him, you hear him kind of gasp, like, and then there's kind of like an animalistic growl coming from him as you shut the door. Um, and then soon there's a rhythmic vibration that grows in intensity, as you said, to the fern. Um, and I guess you can just
All
stand
right.
awkwardly in the hallway waiting for all of
No,
this stuff to
actually, I'm going to
pass.
go look for the the first peasant or the first maid.
Hmm.
Do I find her?
Where's my d20? You do. You find her right away, actually. Um, she is close enough, like she's actually at the top of the staircase, kind of sort of loitering and peering down the hallway.
All right. I turn to her and say, my muse here. Madame, I made a promise to you, and I feel that when Coronado Vasquez makes a promise to a woman, he
She
delivers.
she turns and starts walking away down a hallway, um, and says, "I,
Okay, I follow.
Mr. Vasquez, I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah, I promised you a dress worthy of your features.
She pulls herself into a small spiral staircase, like the servants' staircase that leads up to the third floor.
Hmm.
Um,
And
and
that one
as
was a good dress too.
Yeah, it was. As
Yeah.
soon as you get like halfway up, she turns to face you and said, "Did you really? I thought that was just pillow talk and idle chatter, but did you really make me a dress? Really?"
I unveil it, lay it out before her. It's like,
Oh my
as I
god.
said, when I make a promise to a woman, I deliver.
Oh my god. Well, I don't have an occasion to wear. When would I wear this? This is just.
I am sure you will find the occasion, madame.
Mm, she kind of bites her lip a little bit and says, "Do you want to try it on?"
I assure you it won't fit me in the
I mean, do
least.
you want me to try it on?
I have been awaiting this moment. And
Okay.
I'll turn.
There in the hallway, she strips down and puts on the dress.
Okay.
Um, ev-
I turn.
it fits
I would,
perfectly, just like the other one. I mean, sure, it could use a little alteration here, a little
mhm.
cinching there, um, all that stuff, but it fits really well. And she seems ecstatic with it. She gives you a very large, long hug and does a twirl. Um,
I go, you, madame, are a vision.
she smiles. Uh, what am I looking for? Here we go. It is it's a big, roughly pink and white dress with a long kind of skirt to it, or a broad skirt to it. Lots of ruffles.
Okay.
Yeah, she loves it.
Now,
She
you
changes out of
finally
it.
have a setting worthy of the jewel that you are.
Coronado, you are such a wonderful man. At this point, you hear footsteps coming down the staircase as she's like changing back into the other clothes. She hurries it up and hands you all the big ruffly dress as a man comes down the hallway and stops and goes, "Oh, excuse me, Lord Vasquez. You should really be using the staircase." Oh God, I've forgotten this girl's name already. I don't think she actually had one. Um,
I
did
don't think
she?
she did.
All right, we're gonna call her Myong. The guy says,
Okay.
"Myong, what? You should never take him up this staircase. This is for servants only. What do you think you're doing? Answer yourself." Um,
I was simply a bit lost. I was biding my time, trying to use a bit of discretion. There was an interruption to the fitting, and I was trying to find a place to wait. Myung found me here and was trying to direct me back to a proper waiting area.
hmm, well, she should have directed you this way. Follow me. And he takes you to a room much, much closer to their room that's kind of another parlor.
Okay, so she gave me back the dress?
She did, well, yeah, because someone was coming down the stairs and she
Okay.
handed you the dress in terror.
All right, I will try to suddenly give it back to her.
Okay.
I mean, that's hers.
Yeah. She
Okay.
takes it, leaves. You get back there, and some minutes later, the room to the master bedroom opens. Lord Axel comes out, kind of fixing his hair, uh, and says, "Oh, Coronado? Coronado? Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Hmm. Excellent. Leave the clothes here. I'll have my personal tailor make any alterations. Well done, sir. You certainly know how to pick the styles."
Thank you. I believe that a perfect dress, must suit both the person wearing it and the people observing. And I'm glad to see that you approve.
He seems completely oblivious to what you're trying to say. He goes, "Oh, well, I'm glad that you and I have the same taste. It's great."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So I need to leave a bill here. What do I think would be an appropriate bill for all these outfits?
I guess usually you would have like a 600% markup or something. Maybe not 600%, but 200%. So if it costs, you
It was
pay.
75 total, right?
Yeah, but the peasant's dress was only 50, 5 of it. So 70 gold
Okay, so 70.
plus 140 more for your personal costs. And then you're going to need new fabric for that one dress. So 70 and then another 20. Um, Actually, that dress was 25. So, got 140 plus 25 plus 70 is 235 gold would be the total.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna leave a message. Well, I mean, normally this would be taken care of with a tailor anyway. I mean, even regardless, without sort of my expenses
Right.
type thing. Yeah.
You would probably deal with a
So
servant
probably,
or
yeah,
the Lord
talking to
himself
the
or something.
chamberlain, I'm supposing.
Yeah. The Chamberlain
All
is
right.
exactly who you would talk to. And you can sort out all these details. He of course already knows what's going on and he gives you your gold.
All right.
So,
So I take care of that.
mhm.
I'll leave whistling a cocky, jaunty tune. Um, Head back to the town, pay off the remaining amount for the materials.
Right. You owe 55 to the man? No, 75 because
I,
for the other 20 gold.
well, I paid. I already paid like 20 off the top
Right.
out
But
of the
then
50 gold that I had.
then you made three more things. One was 5, one was 15, and one was 25. And then you needed 20 gold in new materials for the one that got messed up. So 20 and 20, 45 and 20 is 65. Yeah, so I think you out of the money that you have, you owe him 65.
Okay, so which leaves me with,
A lot.
yeah, what was it again?
Oh
The
god. Never
was it
do math on.
235 or something like that?
Yeah, 235 minus 65. So, whoops, 235 minus 65. You get 170
The
back
170.
at
All
the
right.
end.
All right. Is that including the 50 that I was given in the first place? So that was all
Yeah.
the clothing stuff, and then I was paid
No,
for the
that's not
job.
including the 50 you were given right off the bat.
Okay, so I have 220.
Okay. Yeah, if you haven't
Yay!
changed
I
your
can get
character
another
sheet at
dog.
all, then it's 220.
All right. So I feel like I've solved the mystery. Everything went absurdly well. I
You
will go back. I
you still
will
don't have
then.
any physical evidence of transgression. In fact, you have no evidence. You have lots of circumstantial evidence of transgression.
She's not satisfied with this? I mean, I thought the whole peasant dress reaction pretty much sealed the deal.
Mm-mm. When you go in to unfit her and have a post chat, she asks, "Well, you certainly seem to be on the right trail, but I would like some physical evidence, and I would like to know the woman."
Well, I can show you where, or tell you where to find your panties, as I said, tape pinned to the bottom of the drawer.
All of them?
It's,
I'm missing like 50.
one of them. Well, I'm not sure what happened to the rest of them. Only found the one there.
Most of
Uh,
them are still missing then.
yes, I have a feeling, just given that it was tacked there, that it's something he's keeping, not giving to her or something. But for you, I saw her, observed her at her home, and didn't, although not that she would put them, didn't see any dainty underthings up
Well,
in her
catch them
locker.
in the act or bring me some evidence.
I don't
You.
think there's going to be any further acts.
Hmm,
I'm thinking that you've got the ability to be everything he needs now. Didn't you get ample proof of that?
all I have is proof of his lust.
Is that a normal reaction of his, or does that seem that the peasant clothes?
That is none of your business, but the
Well,
threat to
I
my
agree.
marriage is still here, and the threat to our union, whether it is one of love or one of politics, is still present. I need evidence to hold over him, and I need to know this girl so I can decide if I want to punish her or not.
Well, as I said, I don't think she knows that she was transgressing against you. As far as she knows, she's met a charming foreigner.
I want
It
evidence. I want proof, and you will not get paid until you get proof. I mean, you've already been
what
paid
kind
for the
of
dresses, but you still have
what kind of proof do you require then?
eyewitness account, love letter, anything.
Hmm.
And
Well, there's people who have seen the two of them together at the bar. I haven't caught him in the act, but you would know when he's able to sneak away. Here, I don't have a. If you can tell me when he's going to be heading into town, so that I can stake out the bar and keep an
he's
eye
not
out
heading
for him.
into town anywhere. He says he's going to Kershwick tomorrow. No, he's supposed to be in Kershwick tomorrow. He says he's going to Kershwick tonight and will be back in a week.
Well, then I have a feeling he'd make a stop there on the way out. My thinking though is, what will it accomplish to
That
catch him in
is,
the act?
I do not hire you for your judgment. I hire you for your
True.
sleuthing skills.
Very well. I will catch them in the act, but then what? What will that accomplish? I stake them out. I catch them. I don't know. Do you want to come into town and catch them yourself? I mean, what would satisfy you? And then what would happen?
If you can catch them yourself, I will believe you.
All right then. I shall stake them out, and over this week, I'm assuming that he would be, if he is indeed going on this trip, that the times he would meet up with her would be either on the way out of town or on the way back in.
Well, do your
And I
thing.
shall keep an eye out.
Okay. So you head back into town. I guess.
Some people don't know when to leave good enough alone.
Um, what
But
is your
if not
plan?
me, she'd hire somebody else, and it would just get messy. All right. I'm figuring if he's heading out tonight, that he's probably going to sneak in to see her on the way out, is the easiest way to get out on his way, quote unquote, out of town. So I'm gonna go to let's see, I can't be seen by him or he'll know. You know what? I am going to ask Barca
Hmm.
to be my agent in this.
Okay. He'll take the job. Um, what is it exactly that you want him to do? Well, he might take the job. We got to agree on a price first.
Okay. What I need is if you can just relax, hang out in the bar, and I need to know if Lisa meets up with her mysterious stranger tonight. And if so, where they go. I'm guessing it'll be back to her house, but they could surprise me. Someone who's used to traveling the shadows as you do, I'm sure can stay out of sight to verify this, n'est-ce pas?
He nods. Okay, I can do it for you. One night's worth of espionage. 8 gold.
8. I think 5 will compensate you and pay for far more drinks than you could easily.
Barca doesn't get out of bed for less than 8.
8 it is then.
Good man. He takes your gold happily and sleuths after them.
Okay.
A couple hours pass. You're hanging out in Shenanigans, and eventually Barca comes back, and he says, "Well, there. I don't know who lives where, but this man and this woman did indeed meet up, and they headed, and he explains the directions, and it sounds like it's her house that they went
All
back
right.
to.
So I will go there with.
Hold on.
Oh,
There was another person following them.
indeed. Who was this other person?
He looks like an armed guard of sorts. He didn't go down to the bar, and he kept a pretty good distance, and only someone like Barca would have spotted him. He kept about 100 feet or so, had a long sword, some very big cloak tied up in the front so it wouldn't open up. I presume he's got some armor on or something.
Excellent. I have one last mission for you then.
Who?
Now, with this guard, is he at the front of the house or the back?
He's across the street and down the block.
All right. So I can approach from the back of the house.
Yeah.
Could you, good sir, I simply need someone to verify what precisely is going on there. Being a man of, wait a minute, I can cast darkness anytime I feel like it. Although I wouldn't be able to see them, would I, in the darkness?
Not if you cast it on you.
So if I use it to conceal myself, I'm out of luck
If you put the
as
darkness
far as observing
between
them.
you and whatever is trying to see, it would block any light. It blocks light,
Well,
so you don't have to
if
be
it
in
would
the
be
darkness.
concealing me, but I'm saying if any configuration where it's concealing me would also stop me from seeing them.
Oh, from seeing the people in the house?
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
So I need their activities to be verified. I'm more of a talky guy than a sneaky guy, lacking your
All right,
talents.
all right. I'll
I'm
go see what
guessing
they're
you
up
could get
to.
up there and see what's going on.
Well, it's a little ways away. If there was something happening, it would probably be over by now. But the two of them most
Even
certainly did
so,
head to. All right, I'll go see what I can find.
alrighty.
And he heads out and comes back in hour later
Well,
or
I'll head
so.
over there. I'll wait close
Okay,
by, so we're not doing this back and forth.
sure. He sneaks up, does all of his sneaky business, comes back to you, and goes, "Well, he sure is gone. Guard's gone too."
Damn. He seems to be pretty quick then. Did
Don't
you see
judge the
anything
poor
what was going
guy.
on there?
Come on.
Well, at least there should be a little bit of cuddling, some drinks, some laughing, pillow talk.
Man, you're the reason
Did
why
you?
I have a hard time getting a date, aren't you? Drinks, pillow talk, flirting. Pfft, what a jerk.
What could you observe about the place? What did you notice? Were the blankets all messed up?
She was
Was there
asleep
anything?
in bed.
That was pretty quick. Anything else you observed about the place?
Fairly ordered, fairly clean. Uh, I don't know what she does for a living, but there's definitely no signs of trade there. Maybe she's got an apartment somewhere or a workshop somewhere. Definitely doesn't take any work home.
All right. Interesting. Well, maybe she's laboring, working at some place, working for somebody else here.
Maybe, maybe.
All right. Thank you, good sir.
Okay. Is that
How much do I owe you for this last little bit of recon, or is that included?
you get a night of work.
All right. My thanks, sir.
My prices are steep, but they're not unfair.
Excellent. Well, you've done leal service, good sir.
Good
You have
man.
my recommendation to anybody who is in need of someone of your talents.
That's the way I like to hear it.
All right. How isolated is sort of the backyard, the back
Not
part?
super isolated. These blocks are pretty rough. They're definitely not the modern blocks in any way or form. And there's
Mhm.
no fences around the houses. You just kind of like have a house and then some space with grass and trees and maybe a garden and then another house and then another house. And they're all kind of like semi-chaotically placed around. This is like the outskirts of town where the division between nature and town is starting to get a little blurry.
Okay. But what I'm trying to think would it be possible to come around to the back of the house during the daytime without being seen?
Not without being seen, but you could kind of walk through the area on your way to town as if you were coming from the woods, and it wouldn't seem out of place for someone to just kind of like walk through the area.
Well, in particular, I want to actually enter the home, which is why I'm.
You might be seen getting near the house. You might even be seen walking in, but also if you were just seen walking by the house, it wouldn't be out of place in this sort of setting.
All right. So the next day, sometime around 11-ish,
Hmm.
I'll go looking. Are those teenagers still in the back alley? Are they out and about? Do I see them?
You can find similar teenagers, not this exact crew.
All right. Um, I'll find some and go. How would you gentlemen like to make a little bit of coin for something you
Yeah,
might have been doing anyway?
sure. I'm in for a few silver.
All right. I need a distraction. What I'm thinking is that it probably would draw attention without seeming suspicious if a couple of you were to get in a shouting match, maybe even throw a punch or two at each other, but basically be loud enough that people want to look out and see what's going on.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right, I figured two of you to get in an argument or a fight here.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. How many of them are there in this group?
There's six. They like to hang out in groups of six. Um, three of them will have agreed to participate. The other three are just going to watch and
Okay, a
spectate.
silver each for them then.
Cool. So
All right.
where would you like to position them?
I like to position them towards the front and on the street in the front of the house to draw attention that way. And I'm going to try to get into the back of the house while people
Oh,
are paying attention to the front.
okay. You position them. The fight goes off, and you.
And actually, is there like an open door spell for a cleric that's first level? Because I'll memorize that
I don't
if there
know.
is such a thing. What is there? Is there just like find secret doors or something? There's no clerical. Like, I can't remember if there's a clerical. I've never in my life played a cleric before.
I don't think they have a spell like knock or anything like that.
Well, I'm
Orison
trying to remember
will.
from Baldur's Gate, but that might have been other stuff they added in from other books.
That's thaumaturgy. Um.
Now they have a second level find traps. That looks like it's it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'll cast Sanctuary on myself to sneak in, and people won't pay as much attention to me.
Yeah. Strike or otherwise directly attack the creature.
Yeah, I don't have any second level spells yet.
Yeah. Okay. So the
And I'm
fight.
gonna have I've got command. Like I said, I've got my sort of save the party suite of the CLWs. I'll have command ready, and Sanctuary I already had ready anyway.
Right.
So
Cool.
I'm going to wait for the shouting and everything to get started. And then at that point, I'm going to head around and cast, in somewhere where I can't be seen, try casting Sanctuary. I don't know if that'll help, but couldn't hurt. And I'll try to get into the back of the house. Well, first before this all goes on, I want to try to walk by the house, observe it, make sure that it seems to be empty, that she's away at work.
Okay, when the fight's going on?
Before I actually get the fight going, I want to make sure she is away at work, right?
Give me a perception check.
Yay!
Yes. You can peer in. You don't see her around. The house looks pretty still and quiet.
Okay. So then give him the sign to start the fight. I'll stroll non-obviously around the back, cast my Sanctuary. I don't know if that'll help me to be not so noticeable, but why not? What else am I going to do with it? And I will, once everything seems to be going and people, are hopefully not paying attention, make sure I don't see anybody around in the back. Is it free? Is it open?
It seems to be free and open. The kids start yelling and fighting and shoving each other, and it draws a crowd that doesn't really feel like interrupting, just watching the kids fight.
Yeah, they don't have TV.
Yeah.
So at that point, is the back door open? Are windows shuttered? Is there a way into this house?
The back door is shut and barred, but one of the windows is open.
All right, if I can go in a window here. And I'm going to do a search. I'm going to try to look for any signs, any evidence, any love tokens, any panties, any whatever I might find here.
Everything in the house is really easily accessible and open, except for the chest at the foot of her bed, which is locked. And you see no obvious tokens or signs of affection. You see no written letters of any kind. You're questioning whether this woman can even read.
So I'm going to look for a key. Because it's not like she has a purse and she can carry the key around with her. She's probably hidden the key somewhere. So I'm going to look around all under things, behind things, everywhere I can.
Great if you had some sort of detection for concealed things.
Well, when did it ever come up for for Jack.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a safe. Oh, this never happens.
Murphy's Law. Okay. Well, something similar to Murphy's Law, at least. You start searching around, and eventually you find a key. It is tucked behind the headboard on like a little resting place.
All right, I will open up the chest and see what I can see.
In the chest is a burlap sack, and a burlap sack alone.
And what is in the sack?
In the sack is quite a bit of female undergarments with the logo. I guess that logo is the wrong word. The symbol of the house.
Okay. Why would he give it? What is his thinking?
There are many unanswered questions around here. I don't think we'll actually have time to answer all of these questions, but we've got the big ones out of the way.
All right, I will grab the sack.
The whole sack. Or, yeah?
I'm trying to think if I mean that will end the affair. If the sack suddenly disappears, I don't want her to come mess up this poor peasant girl in a jealous rage. I'm trying to avoid having any reason for her to bother this poor girl. I'm holding the husband responsible here. I hope that she will leave, that once she's got all her proof and she can have it out with her husband, that she'll leave this poor woman alone.
Okay.
I don't want a poor peasant girl's head on a stake somewhere.
It's very kind of you. How would you like to give the lady this information?
All right, I will take the sack. I will lock things up. Get out the back, and I will leave a message for Diana that I have what she wanted.
Okay. So you leave that message. The next morning, the message gets picked up, and a few hours later, you have a servant coming to you, finding you and saying, "Mr. Vasquez." Actually, this is the same maid, the older, more mature, knowing what she wanted maid from before.
Okay.
The pinstripe one. She is here to inform you that the lady would love to see Mr. Vasquez at the manor.
Absolutely. I shall be there promptly.
Okay. You meet up at the manor. The lord himself is gone. The guards let you in. You're brought into a private room again after the same routine that you've gone through a few times now. And she arrives and says, "Well, what do you have for me? And what is that sack over your shoulder?"
Okay. Well, this sack is did observe. I had a colleague who was a little more stealthy than me follow. He watched your husband accompany her back to her house. I sprung into action. I didn't actually get to witness anything, but I did the next day while she was gone enter the house, and I retrieved this for you. And I give her the burlap sack.
Opens the sack, blinks a few times, wide-eyed, and goes, "Why would he give her?"
I have no idea. That would be a question for him. But I figured the disappearance of the sack should tell her that something has happened here. We'll definitely send the message to him.
Well, what is your reaction adjustment on your charisma?
It's a 17, so whatever 17 is. 17 is plus 30%, it says. So the equivalent of plus 6.
30%? For the
I'm
reaction
I'm
adjustment on
looking here.
charisma?
Yes, so it gives loyalty base, number of henchmen, and reaction adjustment.
What?
I
Okay.
think in the DMG it gives it as pluses and minuses, single digits, but 30% would be equal to plus 6.
It is a plus 6 indeed. Wow, that is a nasty, wonderful bonus, really.
It's my highest stat. I put it in there. It is everybody else's dump stat.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
All right.
go-to stat.
She insists on some revenge of her own and drags you upstairs to her bedroom where she exacts her own form of revenge upon her husband.
All right, I assist her with this because this is much better than her doing something to the poor woman.
Yes. Afterwards, you are paid for your services. The payment is quite substantial, and you are probably the second wealthiest person in the party now.
Oh,
After
nice.
what's her name, who got a bunch of platinum. What is this?
Delanora.
Yes, that one. That's
Yeah, I
10.
missed that day. Has it been posted yet? I kind of want to see what happened.
I think
Since
no, it hasn't been posted yet. Those VODs are coming online in the next 4 days or 6 days. What is this? This is 30. So this you get paid 260 more gold on top of everything for your
260
quiet.
more, so I'm at
Yes,
480. Wow,
for
that's
your quietness, your discretion. Because we're worried of this to get out, it would ruin both our families. We would lose our positions, probably be dishonored and thrown into poverty. And understand that if I'm willing to pay this much to keep you quiet, I am willing to pay plenty more to have assassins rip your throat out if I think you have said anything.
understood, my lady. My interest in this is done.
I understand you're here simply for the finances, and I hope this will buy your silence. And that is that this week for Shenanigans.
Awesome.
Well,
Although my first purchase, just so it's prepared for next time, is I want to get another dog, and this one will be named Rex. Because I always wanted a matching pair, but I didn't have enough money.
ah,
Rex and Scrapper.
so let's
And I'll
see.
begin training Rex.
Okay, okay. For the main quest line, that's 500 experience. For the two dresses that were perfectly made, the like 30s that you got on them, it's 150 each. The one good suit you made for the guys, another 50.
Well, hang on. Let me.
I'm calculating this together,
Oh,
so
okay.
don't worry about that. You did end up with physical proof, which is part of the 500. You caught them in the act as well. It's another 50, another 100 actually for catching them actually in the act. Let's see. You did discover a new bar in town, so I'll give you an extra 100 gold for that. Actually, you discovered 2 new bars in town. What else did you do that was exceptional?
I charmed the pants off of 2 different maids.
You did.
And was part of a revenge plot.
Sure, I can give you experience for charming the girls, especially because those contacts might come in useful later.
And those were both 20s.
Yes, those were fantastic. And as for the revenge, maybe personal experience is enough. I'll give you another 50 for that.
Well, as long as I save the girl's life, that's the important thing.
She is safe. And let's say you did a nice tactful bonus. You didn't get anyone killed, use any violent means, and you did choose generally the most peaceful, happy option. So let's just tack on an additional 10% for that.
Nice.
So 1540 is your grand total.
So 1,540?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. That will get me to 3rd level. Let's let's see, because I've got 2642.
Kuri is responsible for the half-elf overpopulation in this part of the world.
Oh, I didn't even pull out all the stops for. As I said, I planned for this stuff. I've got a seduction plan for when things are on the line.
Mm-hmm. You have to have
I'm
one in the
ready
back.
for when this becomes an issue. When we get captured by some female villain, I am ready. You haven't seen anything yet.
Great. You must have hit level 3.
Yeah, so you said it was 1540?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So let me add that on. I had 1540. I already had 2642.
So that's 4182 according to my calculator.
Yes.
So that should be level 3?
Yes, and I'll get 2 second level spells.
Oh, from your high wisdom.
Yes, if I had put the 17 into wisdom, I would have had 3 second level spells. But I think the charisma has served me better.
I think the charisma has gotten you far.
Yes, absolutely. So awesome. Should I do a hit point roll right now?
I would love that. D8 plus con modifier.
D8.
D8.
This is always nerve-wracking. I hate this roll.
Such an important roll. There you go.
Slightly below average. I can live with that.
Yeah, that's a great roll. What's your total HP?
I think I'm going to be at 13 now. Let me see. You got 9 before. Yeah, so 13. So I can get hit twice, maybe.
Yeah, that's actually just about average. That's 4.3 HP per level.
Yeah, so that's pretty much right on there. I would be happy to just get average. I'm just used to like 1. Oh, great.
That's right, men. Be happy to be average.
Yes. 5.5 inches. Let's all celebrate.
I think that's it. Is there anything else we have to say or do here?
I think that is everything. I want to say thank you. That was pretty awesome. I got to be a detective. Got to break out the hat, which I've been waiting for the moment, and this was perfect.
It was good. It was good. Actually,
I think
it
fit over the headset so well.
Yeah, headsets are a little broad. I do actually believe you get a non-weapon proficiency at this point in time. Oh no, he froze. You get a non-weapon proficiency at this time.
Well, I think we were doing the points.
Okay, well then you should get
the points for it.
You should get the character points for your non-weapon proficiency then.
Yeah.
And the extra one for your allure.
Yeah, cool. An extra skill. That's 1 point, if I can find one.
Yes.
I think I got all the 1 point skills for myself, though.
And that's that for Shenanigans this week.
Well, I hope everybody had a good time. Again, thank you for awesome DMing by Neil here, and I didn't die.
You didn't die. Thank you.
I figured I was pretty much halfway doomed, because if I screwed up, I was on my own.
Well, thank you for your compliments. This was fun. Rob, we had talked earlier about the possibility of you running a Shenanigans game on Sunday next week.
Yeah, now that's gonna be the middle of your stream.
Y'all, that'll be near the end of my stream. That'll be
so you'll be pretty messed up at that point.
That'd be like day 4 3/4.
Do you want to do, like, I could do it one after?
Yeah. Why don't we do the week after? Because I'm afraid that I would probably ruin the campaign at that point. The times I've tried to play D&D, even on just like one day without sleep, it's bad. It's bad.
Cast magic missile. Did it work? No. Cast magic missile then. Did it work this time?
Or just like, oh, God, I know this guy's guilty. Let's just kill him, everyone. I don't care. Can we kill Desmond? Can we? I'm gonna stab Desmond. Will that work? Yeah, it'd be bad. So yeah, that's it.
All right.
We'll see you guys maybe the week after that, where Rob will hopefully have something for us, and that's it. Good night, everybody, or good morning, or good afternoon. Some sort of formal departure. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.